get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got.
Return.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's
fool?
a close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, stay back.
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready? 49, right. 49. I'm coming after you. Coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check it up, go. Check. What? Go. Check. 49. Ball trot. 49 to Mike. Shot.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Yeah. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Shift, shift. Go, 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 go. 49. Ready, go.
They'll run it here with Logan. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. Pulled in at the 24. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Left to right. Wait, 89!
out to Gordon. Now Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Throwing, Rivers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Any day. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. Hot. Mike.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
36, 30. Kill. Put up. Check 9. Go.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
A 7-yard gain. And our Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home.
Check 99.
49. Check 49. Check 49. Under 10. 10.
Check 3. Switch. Shoot.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Back at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Now the Watch the run. Set up. March 49. Match box. Right. Slam. Check. Hey. Check 24.
On 2nd down now, it's Logan. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
All day, defense, all day. Check 31, check 52.
Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Check 13. Check 13. Kill.
Hey, turn it up. Tighten up. Taz, yeah. Set, go.
They'll run on first down. Logan. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
So don't say nothing.
Show it up. Show it up. Check, 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 check. Screen. Now, move.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Silver. 49. Mike, 49.
Hey, time.
Check 26, check 26. Ready, go. Go.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A 38-yard attempt.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
With no score. Harrison Butker in for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
And the kick by Butker is good. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission, that's their challenge, and you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now, win the game.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Block 15! Easy.
Mike's 50. Defense wins championships, baby.
On third down, Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And an alley to run. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
49 to Mike.
Watch the run. Good side, baby. That's a baby side.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
A gain of 12 yards.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
Let's go, defense. Let's go. Here we go.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go.
6 guys. Check 6. Ready, go. Check 30.
To throw is Jackson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Don't get nervous. Out.
Blue draw forfeit.
And that'll set him back 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hey, 79! 79! Hey, 79! 79! Hey, hot!
On play action, Rivers. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Logan. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now Benjamin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. An NFL update. They're in the second quarter in Baltimore. And the Ravens now really pouring it on. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Load it. Load it.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Hey, wahoo.
From the gun, Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, team. Here I come.
To throw again, Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Rivers again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Gordon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Complete, Hunter Henry with a grab. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end could be that wide open and uncovered downfield. Who blew that assignment?
Somebody did.
No doubt about it. There's no way you're not going to account for him.
This is Gordon. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. A toss play, Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Demir Bird, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Big stop, let's go.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
To White 90, round 80.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. A check of the scoreboard there in the 3rd in Baltimore. And the Ravens have opened things up there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
64 yards. Complete.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come out in the pistol. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Switch! Switch! Alert 3, alert 3! Hey! Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Watch that, watch that, watch that.
Big Ed, big Ed, big Ed.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and goal. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Jackson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Joey Bosa in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Butker's kick here is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. Darius Leonard, last year's leading tackler as a rookie in the NFL, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rivers. Complete. It's Henry. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Jet through. Hey, Charlie. Switch. Through.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, pick your game up, Will. 3, alert 3. Ready, go. What? Go.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved.
Let's go.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Exit. Put it to his jet. Cover. Put it to his jet. Cover. Flare. Alert. Flare. Hustle. Set.
Jackson operating from the gun. Buying time to his... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
SOS.
Now it's Jackson being chased out left. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Completes it to Hardman. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Let's go, baby.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game.
49's the mic. 49's the mic. Go. Pick the edge. Go.
Delta. Mike's 49.
4th down, here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Joey Bosa, and that will force a turnover on downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Right here.
Now Gordon on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 8. at the Chiefs' 43-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set 180, 390.
Check 53. Pick me up. Here we go.
Rivers to throw. Caught by Allen. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Hey, we got 4.
4th down, Rivers. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Throwing now is Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's Rivers. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, check.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Joey Bosa in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Kill. Hey, check three. Let's go.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Returning, it's Benjamin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Check 90. Black 11.
Let's pick it up. It's out.
Hey, Delta.
Now the first throw in overtime for Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
2 yards. And it's third down.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. 12. 56, Mike, 56.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
This one away by the punter, Dar. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs will take over at their own 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
What we got?
This time Jackson will throw it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
55. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
To throw is Jackson, and that is incomplete. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
The Charger drive about to get going. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Gotta be careful though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Block 15! 53! Mike, 53! Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Now a toss right side. It's Gordon.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Gregory, 90! 180! Guys, stay situation. Let's go. White!
Check. 53, Mike. Check. 50.
Hey, Foxtrot! Foxtrot!
I got you. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Off the play fake here, Rivers. And he's got the hook up to Dylan Cantrell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. This to win it in overtime. And he missed it. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Drama, drama, drama. We saw all of it in this one. Overtime, all the way to the end of OT. The long field goal shot to win it, but they couldn't convert.
And because it's the regular season, we don't play more bonus football. We don't go to another period. It ended right there. You get one in overtime to get it done. Look, let's face it. That field goal attempt was a long shot to begin with. No pun intended, or maybe pun intended. But it doesn't go through, and it ends in a tie.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.